Let me spend a few minutes sharing with you just a bit about this holiday that's really sacred and forms really the basis for so much of the wisdom that transforms us. And that holiday is Gita Jayanti. It's the day in which the Bhagavad Gita was spoken on the battlefield of Kurukshetra by Bhagawan Krishna to Arjuna. And the Bhagavad Gita is not a scripture just of the Hindu tradition. It's not a scripture just for those who can read and understand Sanskrit. It's actually a guidebook for life, regardless of your religion, regardless of your race, regardless of your culture. So many of the world's best philosophers have actually said that the Bhagavad Gita is that they turn to for wisdom. But let me give you just a few of the really core teachings and a few of my favorite teachings of the Bhagavad Gita. Number one, you are not your body. You're not your bank account. You're not your job. You're not your role. You're not your relationship. You are the divine. You are inseparable from the divine. There's a beautiful line, a beautiful moment in chapter 2 of the Bhagavad Gita where Bhagawan Krishna says, Arjuna, you are that which cannot be burned by fire, cannot be cut with knives, cannot be wet with water. You were never born. You'll never die. You're not the body. Number 2, master the mind and you will master your life. When my mind is under control, when I'm in charge of what I'm thinking, when I'm in charge of the emotions, the thoughts, and I don't mean with a death grip of some kind of draconian level of, me versus my mindness, but I mean an ability to have the thoughts you want to have, an ability to be anchored in awareness, an ability to not believe something just because you hear it between your own 2 ears. When I have that mastery, life starts to take care of itself. Number 3, see the divine in all. These days, that which we're suffering from externally, whether it's wars, violence, climate change, environmental destruction, inequality, oppression, suppression, discrimination, all of that is rooted in this myth that we are somehow separate from each other. Separate on the basis of race, of religion, of nationality, of sexual orientation. That we're separate from Mother Earth, from the trees, from the water. And when we feel separate, we suffer and we bring suffering unto them. See the divine in all. Bhagawan Krishna emphasizes over and over and over again, I am in all. In all. There's beautiful passages around bhakti, devotion, in which he says, the one who is really devoted, the lover of God, Krishna says they are the ones who are kind to all, who are compassionate to all, who treat all as friends. These are the qualities. Very simple. It's not the ones who can chant every single mantra. It's not the ones who can stand on their heads for 3 hours at a stretch. It's not the ones who can, live on just air and they don't need food or water. It's the ones who are living with that awareness that the divine is in all. Number 4, detach but don't disconnect. There's a lot of emphasis in the Bhagavad Gita around vairagya, detachment. And a lot of people mistake this to mean apathy, disconnection, disinterest. And you'll hear people say, oh my God, I'm so good. I'm practicing this vairagya and I've become so aloof. Like, that's actually not a good thing. But they say it like it is a good thing. Like somehow that is, aloofness is somehow a virtue to be attained. No. Detachment, vairagya, is not stop caring, disconnect. It means be connected, be united, be active, be engaged, but without that attachment to what Krishna calls the fruits of your labor. Plant the seeds. Plant them with love, with care. Plant them in the right soil. Plant them in the right season. Water them. Prune them to get the right amount of sunshine. Do everything you can do to the best of your ability with all of your love, all of your connection. But you're not actually in charge of what blossoms, what flowers. There's so many other things that go into it. You have no idea. So connected, love, engaged, but without attachment. Because the attachment is what brings misery. Lastly, let your work be your worship. In Sanatana Dharma and in the Bhagavad Gita, there becomes this huge emphasis on what we call karma yoga. How to use every minute, every moment as a way to connect with God. That it's not just when you are in your temples or in whatever shrine you create that is your holy place, but actually every minute and every moment. How to make that your path to the divine. And so karma yoga is an incredibly powerful way of transforming not just work, but life into worship. And it enables us to take that spiritual path and let everything we do be part of our yoga.